Monday is the perfect day to get a little extra caffeine boost, and today we have Thunder Coffee back in the studio. Skylar and Dex, thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Like, I love caffeine. We were just talking about that. I can't get over it. But today we're going to be talking about coffee cupping, which I was joking, and you guys weren't laughing, but I thought it was fun. Cupping, I was thinking, you know, cupping, like Michael Phelps cupping. Coffee cupping's a thing? What is it?
Yep. You go right ahead.
Yeah, so it's just the evaluative method for tasting coffee. Just a standardized thing that when we taste coffee, we'll do it the same way every single time, so we know that we're not messing up the coffee, that the coffee itself is talking to us.
There's a real science behind this, it sounds like.
There is, yeah. So we try to keep as many things constant as possible, right? Whether that's the temperature of the water, or the grind size of the coffee. That way we can really evaluate what we're tasting. So, for example, we did this with, when we first started Thunder Coffee, we reached out to roasters all across the country and had them send us samples. And Dex was the only one who knew what he was doing. The rest of us were just winging it. And this is how we decided who we were going to work with, what coffees that we wanted to represent our brand.
Wow, that's super interesting.
So let's jump into it.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different things. While Dex gets his spoons ready, a couple different things we can do. First thing we tend to evaluate are the beans themselves. So we've got beans from 2 different countries here.
Thank you.
Right in front of you. This one over here is from Guatemala. This one over here is from Ethiopia. They both have a different process, which means coffee's grown as a cherry. They have to get it down to this bean somehow, and there's a bunch of different processes. Go ahead and you can. Go ahead and pick them up, inspect them, yeah. And then the very first step that we do in the cupping process is after we grind it, we're going to pick these things up and we're just going to smell to see if it smells and reminds you of anything. You can feel free to tap it around, shake it around, and we'll swap.
Smells like coffee.
Do you guys use spit buckets too, like wine tasting? Or
you can.
Yeah.
There is a big difference between those two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like there's almost no smell to this one.
Right.
Alrighty. So then the next step.
You got a spoon?
Oh, you've got a spoon.
Yep.
So the next step, Dex, why don't you demonstrate breaking the crust?
Yeah, so once you add water, a crust forms on the top there because carbon dioxide is being released from the bean itself that got trapped in while it was roasting. So you're just going to get really close in here. I always get coffee on the tip of my nose. That's totally okay. That's encouraged. And kind of stir it up and inhale. That way you can smell all of the gases being released. That's where you're going to get the most aromatic.
So you have to get your nose right down in there and smell as you disrupt the coffee, and see if it.
So then, did you try that one, Budell? Like
No.
this smells a lot, but this doesn't smell at all.
So wait till we taste.
Okay.
So if we were doing this for real, we'd have a score sheet where we were keeping track of everything that we smell, we taste. We're gonna end up ranking it here. So we'll end up scooping some of the stuff off the top, so you don't end up inhaling grounds.
That's never fun.
When we do this, we've both been there.
Oh my gosh, how many of these things do you guys do in a day?
Well, we do them anytime we get a new coffee or when we roast coffee.
Is there a scoring sheet for this as well?
There is, and there's this huge taster's wheel too that has everything from like, what was that you?
Yeah.
Jeez. Rubber band, from like rubber band taste to fruity tastes, and you use that taster's wheel to help you in describing what you taste. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an off flavor in coffee.
Yeah, it's not a desirable trait. So why don't you walk them through how to do this?
Yeah, so all you're going to do is dip the spoon right underneath and bring it up away from the cup so you don't drop it back into the cup. And slurp it nice and loud.
Slurp.
You slurp. The louder the slurp, the better. Just be careful.
Are you guys messing with us?
No.
That's real life.
Okay.
And the reason you want to slurp it is because you want it to aspirate across your tongue so that you're triggering as many taste buds as possible. Oh, you can slurp louder than that. We want a big boy slurp.
I don't know if I can.
See,
Yeah.
you guys are trained slurpers. We're new to this. Okay.
So go ahead and take it.
Yeah, taste both of them.
Yep.
Let us know what you think.
You can rinse your spoon off.
Okay.
So
there.
kind of the 5 things that we work through when we're tasting coffee are the sweetness, the acidity, the complexity, the body, and the mouthfeel. And then
So I'm supposed to dump this back in here
Yep.
now? And
yeah,
Yeah, just rinse
just
it
when
off.
you're switching between coffees. And then
My slurp's pretty lit.
You gotta slurp harder.
So just try and think, is the coffee sweet? Is it bright and acidic, kind of like an apple? A lot of times people think of acidity, they think of an off taste or like sourness or
that one is more
lemonness.
like that, right?
Yeah.
It's I don't know what you're tasting. So that's kind of the cool thing about this is there's no wrong answer, right?
Oh, okay.
Your how you interpret the taste is unique and individual to you. It may bring up memories from childhood or something. Like we were just smelling one a couple days ago where it was like, I don't know what that smell is, but it reminds me of the farm I grew up on. And it ended up having kind of like it was like a barnyard kind of smell. Didn't taste like that, so that was good.
This is fascinating. I thought it was just wine drinkers who sniffed and
Yeah, no.
sipped
Coffee
and-
actually has more identifiable flavor notes than wine does. So and we've been hired to go to different companies and hold these as kind of like a team building exercise or just something different to do during the day.
I love it.
Nice.
Thunder Coffee teaching us how to do coffee cupping. I love it. You learn something new every day. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Coming up, your daily dose of motivation.